you talked about your husband being instrumental and obviously very supportive. Everybody doesn't have that. And so what would you say to the woman who doesn't have that level of support, family and friends, who's navigating such a difficult time?
Child, that almost made me cry. No, because I would hate that for somebody. No,
But
really.
it's real.
It's literally, girl, don't mess up my makeup. But no, seriously, that is like one of the biggest things that help pull me through is my husband, my family, my friends. You know, sometimes you have good days, you have bad days.
Sure.
And my husband would be one to attest to it, that some days on my bad days, I would have friends to come over. Most of them would come over unannounced because I always felt like I just kind of wanted to be by myself. You know, on the days where I had time to be alone and we weren't filming or whatever, I kind of just wanted to, you know, be on the patio with the dog.
Right.
As most of them came unannounced, and he would tell you 100% by the time they left, I was a different person. Literally a different person. Friends raise your spirits. That friends raise your spirits. The other caveat I wasn't expecting were fans. You know, we're in the world of social media and they can be brutal. Like they can just be ruthless in those comments. Boy, I call them like, you know, social media thugs. However, the people that reached out to me via fanship was unbelievable. The thing, I mean, flowers, t-shirts, hair oils, ribbons, socks, shoes, booties.
All kinds of goodies.
All kinds of things.
Nice.
That part was the most unexpected. And whenever I have the opportunity to thank that portion of my fan base, I can't say it enough because they don't know how many days they actually pulled me through. So for people who don't have that, my gosh, I don't, call me, DM me, like let me talk to you on an email, like anything that I could do to help a person in that space, because I don't even know what to suggest for people who don't have a support system.
Right.
Other than calling agencies, companies like your company.
Right.
Dang, that might be something to actually start, girl. Like maybe in my nonprofit, like you know how they take dogs and pets to like nursing homes and go visit people who don't have friends or family. That's like, it might be a thing.
Okay. Well, you know, it can be a mini Sister Network affiliate down there in Huntsville now.
Right.
You don't need to start nothing new.
She said, don't branch out.
So let's get back to a little bit more seriousness. Where did you find your strength?
Girl, that's Jesus. I'm God's girl. That's my nickname. And that was my nickname prior to this.
Okay.
Prior to this, because he's brought me through so many things that he didn't have to. Just literally just didn't have to. And I've always nicknamed myself. My husband teases me because I call myself God's girl. And so once I wrapped my head around my situation, because I have people that call me and they'll say, oh, you were so strong and you did so good. And I'm like, girl, I cry. Like I cry. Like it took me a minute to get myself together. It didn't make me feel like my faith was dashed because it took me by surprise and it took me a minute. I didn't just wake up the next morning like, whew, God is good. I'm going to be fine.
Right.
I didn't.
You struggled with it.
I struggled with it.
Yeah.
I struggled with it.
I recall watching the first episode when you revealed it, and in my gut, I knew you had TNBC before you even revealed it. I said, I'm so sorry this woman has TNBC. Yep. And I don't know why, but it was just a feeling. And as I watched some of your journey, and you were, you know, so very sharing and transparent, and even with losing care and that whole journey that so many women navigate, and you just still kept giving, and I was just in awe of the selflessness of it all.
Jesus, girl. It's Jesus. It's Jesus, because I know he takes care of me. I know that I've gone through stuff that maybe I didn't want to, that made me a better person, made me a stronger person. And this platform, I never would have thought I would have been on. this too was part of my journey that I just didn't know. It was something that I needed to fulfill. You know, people would ask me before this to speak at events. And I would say, for what? What am I going to talk about? Like, oh, you're a single mom and you did this. I said, there's lots of single moms, you know? And so once this came around, it was literally my aha moment. And I said, this is what I'm on the platform for. This is why it was afforded to me.